let you know how she progresses. Now, few people can say they've saved a life, let alone done it twice. But Sam Schmidt has just donated life-saving stem cells for a second time. Sam provided a transplant back in April to someone with blood cancer, and when the patient needed another boost, he stepped up again. Pleased to say that Sam joins us now just to tell us a little bit about his story. Sam, thank you so much for being with us today. How did you first get involved with stem cell donation?
Hi Neil, thanks for having me. So yeah, it was a while ago now. It was actually before lockdown or COVID was even an element. It was made very easy for me. I had someone called Peter McCleve come into my office, and he told us his story, essentially, which is as someone who has now got blood cancer, an incurable blood cancer, and is in need of a match. He's one of these people that's instantly likable. He runs triathlons and has two young boys, and it just shows you really firsthand how cancer doesn't discriminate. And he showed how simple it was then to sign up to the DKMS blood cancer sort of donations process. And he brought in with him, everything you need to do that, which is some simple cotton bud swab kits. All you have to do is swab your cheek, and then it's off into the system. And from most people, you're not going to hear back from them for a very long time, perhaps not at all. But the point is to have as many people on that register as you can to ensure people that are in need of a match can have one. For me, it was all very quick. I think just less than a year later, I was given a call saying I might well be the perfect match for someone. And at that point is when you start going in for further tests. And then that's how I got involved, yeah.
So obviously there are anonymity issues around where your donation may ultimately end up, but you know a little bit, and you ultimately know that you have acted to save someone's life. I mean, how does that feel?
Yeah. Well, I was actually speaking to someone who knows quite a few patients the other day, and he was saying to me, not to worry, because I suppose the situation for me is that I gave my stem cells first back in May. And I've been told now that they were delivered well, and the patient, has accepted those well, and they're helping. That being a horrible disease, it doesn't mean it's easy. And a lot of people might sort of start to think, oh, I've not done enough, or my stem cells aren't working. He needs this boost. But it really is a sign that I've given him, some more time, and he's sort of been helped. So yeah, it's very much a case now of sort of this second boost I've just given is hopefully going to push him over that line, but it's given him that hope, especially going into Christmas, him and his family, that things are going to still be going well. And it's very much the case that, as I said, someone like Peter McCleve, he has an incurable cancer, I believe, and the donation sometimes is just more time, but that's invaluable to people with families or people that just want more time than to get out of lockdown and enjoy life a bit. Before the inevitable, but it's anything you can do, I suppose, is what you need to do to help these people, because any individual out there can be the perfect match for someone. So it's really important you're on that list.
Do you know what, Sam? I think many people might have been slightly surprised by the way in which the test is conducted. Just a simple cotton bud swab around the mouth, and that may well encourage people to sign up to the register in and of itself. What about the process of getting the stem cells from you? How does that happen?
Yeah, so it's quite an interesting process. I think there might be a bit of stigma still about this. When people first hear the word stem cells, they instantly think about the bone marrow biopsy type sort of situation, but it's far from that now, and very, very few cases go anywhere near that. For me, it was very much a case of you go in, and similarly to giving blood, you have a needle attached to one arm where they take blood out of you. And that's you can see a picture of me there. It's laid across you, and you see your blood going into a machine, which also almost acts like a centrifuge, separates the different elements of the blood, which includes your stem cells, white blood cells, plasma, all the different elements. And it takes out the stem cells along with a bit of plasma to help, I think, bind and also go into the patient. And then it delivers the rest of the blood back into you, along with an anticoagulant to make sure you're all safe and fine, so that into your right arm, and you're able to lie there. And I was, I have to say, very, very comfortable. I'm sure not everyone had will have quite as perfect an experience as me, but I was simply lying there for a few hours watching Netflix while I was doing it, and I couldn't have been happier.
I've got to say, look, in the photos, you did look pretty pleased with yourself, particularly when you were holding up that bag. Long story short, if people are interested, how can they get involved? How easy is it to get involved?
It's incredibly easy, and I think all the more important now. Since COVID-19, there's actually been a staggering drop in donations. It's down 50% compared to last year, I think, because people are worried about how to get involved. But it's really, really simple. If you Google DKMS, you're able to sign up online with them. It takes under 5 minutes to do that. They'll then post you this cotton bud swab kit to your home, so you don't have to leave the house. All you have to do then is, as I said, swab the inside of your mouth, collect some saliva. And then once you've done that, you post it back out to them, and quite potentially you won't hear back for a year, 5 years, potentially ever, but you're on that list, and it's potential, that you are someone's perfect match and someone's only hope. So it's really sort of imperative that you do so.
Sam, well done for doing it. Well done for encouraging people, and thank you so much for joining us in the programme this morning.
Thank you very much, Neil.